So next we will see the experiments we have in C. So the Hamming code generation. Okay, so here we have the program for Hamming code generation in C. So Hamming code, it is an error detection and error correction code, and using Hamming code maximum you can able to detect 2-bit errors, and it can able to correct single bit error. Okay, so also another thing you should know, we cannot use it for burst errors. Okay, it can able to detect 2-bit errors, and it can able to correct a single bit error. Okay, so in this while running the programs also, we are going to see only for single bit errors, whether it is detecting the single bit errors. We are going to change the bits in the received received bits. So we are going to make some alterations, and if it is a single bit error, it can able to correct it. So this is the corrected data, and so this is the position in which it is having error. Okay, so this is the first thing you should know. And the C program, you are almost familiar with the C program. Okay, let me just give an overview. So here, so Hamming codes means here you can see enter 4 bits of a data. So I'm going to use my input data 4 bits, but here we have a for loop so like from I is equal to 0 to I less than 7. So for the 7 bits it is going to generate the encoded data. Okay, so in the Hamming code it is going to add some redundant bits. Okay, why we are going to add redundant bits? Because we are going to use those redundant bits at the receiver side for doing the error detection, error correction. Okay, so we are going to introduce an overhead. Now, as per this program, so it is from I is equal to 0 to 6. So totally there are 7 bits in my encoded data, but in my input bits I have only 4 bits. So what is the redundancy you have introduced? Now we are going to add 3 more bits. Okay, you might be asking, okay, if I add 3 more bits, then it is going to it is going to introduce a overhead, and it is going to occupy a bandwidth. Yes, so that is the disadvantage. But what is advantage? By using those 3 redundant bits, okay, extra 3 bits along with the 4 bits, okay, we can able to perform this error detection and error correction. Okay, and so now we are getting the encoded data. Okay, now let me just take if my received bit, I'm going to give the input as my, so these are all my received bits. Okay, so if there is no changes in my received bits, if my encoded data and the received bits are same, okay, then it is going to give no error while transmission of the data. Okay, so it is going to perform a comparison. Okay, C double equal to 0. Okay, what is the equal to? We know it is an assignment operator. If it is a double equal to, it is going to make a comparison. Okay, so whether the encoded bits and the received bits both are same. Okay, suppose if it is not same, okay, in case of only single bit error, okay, so it will show in which position it is having error. Okay, so error on the position. Okay, so then also it is going to give the correct message. Okay, suppose if I am if myself I am just changing the received bits. Okay, so suppose if 1010 is my encoded bit, okay, for example I'm telling, and myself if I'm changing as my received bits as 1011, okay, so the fourth bit I have changed 0 to 1. So then it will say in the position 1, that is from the left, it will always take from the left side, and so it will tell in the first position it is having error, and it will give the corrected message as 1010. Okay, so like that, so we have, so the correct message it will display, and it will display on which position it is having error. Okay. Okay, students. Now let me just show you how I am going to execute this Hamming code generation using the programming languages. C. Okay. So I will explain by using 2 methods. Okay. Uh, the first method I'm going to explain is that by using the online C editor, you just type online C editor and compiler. Okay, so then you have the website, right? Online GDP, www.onlinegdp.com. You just click on this website, Okay, and so initially it will show you like this. Okay, so it will show you the sample code for hello world, for printing hello world. Okay, so now let me just copy my code. So this is my code. Let me just copy my code. So let me just copy my code and paste it here. Okay, then I will save this. So it will be asking for the name. When you do it when you're doing it for the first time, it will be asking for your so whether by using which one, okay, LinkedIn or by using your Gmail account, it will be asking. You can just select your Gmail and you can sign in. After that, so since I have already done it, okay, now it is asking for the name of the project. Okay, so Hamming code. I'm going to give hammingcode.c. Okay. So now, so this is the program. Okay. Now we are going to execute this. Okay. You just click on this run button. Okay. Now it is doing compilation. So in the compilation, if it is not, if you don't have any errors in your code, and directly it will be executed and it will show the output. Okay. So here you can see now it is asking. Let me just maximize this. So now it is asking enter 4 bits of data one by one. Okay, the input what we are giving is a 4-bit, but the output it is of a 7-bit. Okay, so in your encoded output you have 7 bits, right? So now I'm going to give bits one by one. Okay, so you have to give it like vertically 1, enter 0. So one after another you have to give. Suppose if you like as a series, if you give it, it won't take because we are using the slash n. Okay, so slash n enter the received data bits, and also for the input, so we are using enter the 4 bits of data one by one, we are using a slash n. So it will be so we have to enter one after another like this, not in this series 1010. Okay, then again it will go to the, so it will take 1010 as your first input, that is your first bit. Okay, so please enter one after another. Now you can see, so encoded data, so instead of 4 bits now it is giving you 7 bits. Okay, 1010. Along with that, let me just zoom a bit so that you can see this. So now you can see, so it is giving 7 bits. Okay, so 010 is your overhead, 1010 along with that it is adding 010 is the overhead. Okay, now suppose here enter the received data bits. Now it is asking enter the received data bits one by one. Okay, if you are going to assume like no transmission error has occurred, then my received bits it will be of same. It will be of the same. So I'm entering one, the same, one, enter, 0, enter, 1, enter, 0. So 1010 Okay, so enter 1010 0, enter 1 0. Okay, so now what it is giving. So now let me just minimize this and I will show you. Okay, is it clear? So the 4 bits, this is my input and this is my encoded data and this is my received data. Since both are same, so no errors while transmission of data. Okay, suppose, let me just run this once again. Suppose if I am adding some errors, okay, I'm going to consider like one bit is changed during the transmission over the channel. Now we are going to see that case. Okay, so using your Hamming code, maximum it can able to detect 2 errors, and minimum maximum it can able to correct only single bit errors. Okay, now I'm going to check for a single bit error whether it is able to correct. Okay, again I'm going to give 1, enter. So 1010, I'm going to give input. Okay. So next, so it will generate the encoded data. Okay, 1010 Okay. Now, for example, instead of this 0, okay, if I'm changing the 0 into 1, okay, I'm going to assume like data got corrupted and 1 bit is changed. So I'm going to change this 0 into 1. Now, let us see whether it is able to detect it and it can able to correct it. Okay. Now 1, enter 0, enter 1, enter 0, enter 0, enter 1. So instead of the 0, now I'm going to give 1. Okay, so 101010. Okay, this is supposed to be my received bit, but due to the data is got corrupted. Okay, we are like assuming 1010, then 011. Okay, instead of 010, now I'm giving 011. Okay, so now, so this position there is an error. Now it has to show the position in which it is having error. Also, it has to show the corrected output. That is my corrected message. Okay, now let me see whether it is. So error on position 1. Okay, from the left it will be starting. Okay, so this position 1, position 2. So now it is giving error on position 1. So data sent is 101010. Data received is 101011. The correct message is 101010. Okay, yes. So now the same thing. So we have just seen how to execute in online C compiler, online C compiler. Next, I'm going to see how to execute this in Turbo C compiler, which we have installed in our laptop. Okay. Now let me just go to the Turbo C. So in Turbo C, so since I have already executed this, okay, let me just. Okay, so this is my program. Let me just alt enter. So let me maximize this and I will show you. So here you can see this is my code. Okay, you cannot do copy and paste in case of Turbo C. Okay, so it is a frustrated thing with Turbo C. It is a very old compiler. Okay, so it is not supporting actually in our Windows and all other OS we have the control C means copy and control V means paste, right? But it will not work out in Turbo C compiler. Okay, because of it is a very old compiler. Okay, but when you go with the modern IDEs, okay, this is an old IDE, integrated development environment. When you go with a modern IDE like Eclipse, okay, it will be supporting the copy and paste. Okay, so you have to type your code here. Okay, then type your code. So after typing this, so save with the file extension .c. So here I have saved in the file name of Hamming C, sorry, Hamming C .c. So Hamming C. So that is my file name. So you have to save in the default location, that is in your bin folder of your Turbo C installation. Okay, in C drive you have a Turbo C3 folder in that bin. So it will be saving. That is the default location. You have to save your program. Okay, after saving that, just give compile. Let me just give compile. Let me just first do compile. So it is showing 0 errors. Now let me proceed with run. Okay, so now here you can see the previous thing, you just leave it. Okay, if you give clear screen, then you cannot have the past data. Okay, that is also you can do clear the screen. CLC command, sorry, CLC you can use in your code. So now enter. Now it is asking enter 4 bits of data one by one. Let me just give the same example 1010. Okay. So now 10101010. Okay. So enter the received data bits one by one. Now 1 0 1 00 1. Sorry. So here instead of that 0, okay, let us assume like we are working for the data correction. Okay, instead of this 1, so instead of this 1, let me just give as 0. Okay, then 0. Okay, so now in the second position, so there is an error. Now let us see what it is doing. Okay, so what it is doing, so data sent is 1010010. Okay, but data received is 10140. Okay, so there is a error in the second position. Actually, the second position it should be 1, but here, so due to data is got corrupted during transmission over channel, so now it is 0. So now it is giving the correct message. The correct message should be 10. So 10 1 1010100. Okay, now it is asking for the next bit. Okay, now consider the second case, no error, no transmission error. For example, I am giving 10, the same thing, 1010. So this is my encoded data, 10101010. Okay, now I'm not going to make any changes. Okay, I'm going to consider no error. So 1, enter 0, enter 1, enter 0 0, enter 1 0. Okay, so now what it is showing, no error while transmission of the data. Okay, so with this we completed the C experiments, students. Thank you, students.